What's good, tea people? This is Denny.
This is James from TeaDB.org, bringing you some white tea from White2Tea.
Indeed. In a cake.
Yeah, it is part of a cake, which we do not have the full cake. We have a sample. It's the 2013 Gongmei, so 6-year-old white tea. If you were a trickster, you could try to trick me into thinking that water is just white tea. So this tea is about 6 years old. Going to be pretty fluffy, as white tea tends to be, but compressed into a cake. So Denny's going to eyeball this.
Yeah, nice. It's very lightly pressed as well. It's coming apart quite beautifully here. Nice big leaves. Lots of variety of oxidation levels among the leaves as well. Very typical of a white tea.
Yeah. And as you can see, Denny has an injury that I'm pretty sure he got from drinking white tea the last time we had it. Actually, I have no idea how he got that. Don't ask.
Don't try to make your own gear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you sew your 2 fingers again to get together?
Dude, I split my hand open with some bamboo.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's so sharp. Anyway, so...
Don't mess with bamboo. It's serious business.
So, I know that, especially with the white tea, people are like, no, don't pour out the rinse, you heathen. But,
that's how people are with any time we wait more than 5 seconds for a rinse. You're wasting the tea.
Yeah. So, but here at the House of Opulence and Luxury, we do. You
know why you got that? Karma for all the wasted tea that you've done.
Damn you, tea god.
Yeah.
Who's the tea master, the great tea master in Chinese law?
Lu Yu.
Yeah.
Or he's one of the OGs.
Right. Who sat and pondered.
Yeah.
Was the first person to train monkeys to pick tea or something.
He's just doling out punishment to Denny and I left and right. So pretty clear.
Yeah, beautiful yellow. It's going to look hard to differentiate from color alone between this and a young raw pour, but it's going to taste really different.
Right.
So here we go. And did you boil this water completely?
I think so,
cool.
But you can definitely reboil.
So I think that good white teas can handle pretty much any temperature.
I agree,
So
I would expect this. I mean, the white tea is one thing that I've kind of changed in my perspective. I realize that they can really be pushed a lot harder, especially when you're talking about non-silvery needle whites. And aged white teas even more so.
Yeah, it's got a really delicious smell and look. So let's give it a shot.
Really fluffy leaves, as we would expect. Cheers.
Cheers. We have our staffer's dog around us.
Yeah. I told him not to bring it into work
you.
today.
Damn you, Fluffy.
Oh, don't tell me he got into the white tea.
No! Honeysuckle and vanilla creaminess.
Yeah, pretty light so far, but really nice, uplifting floral high notes.
So floral, yeah. I wouldn't say quite as crisp as some other teas that we've had that are these kind of greener oolongs, but still,
right?
Fresh, and it's interesting. I don't know if I would be able to tell this was aged or has been aged.
I cannot tell from this deep. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
So keep going.
And Denny, what would you look out for if it were aged? What are some of the age characteristics you would get in this?
Yeah, some of the higher notes and the crispness would sort of dissipate a little bit, and some of the sort of earthier, potentially, notes would come out. It would probably taste a little bit rounder and softer and more full-bodied eventually, again, as opposed to something a little bit more fresh and crisp and just new. So you can imagine those sorts of things. Some of these teas can get a little bit more minerally or a little bit more, like I said, earthy. It just depends.
Right.
Yeah.
And sort of like raw pour, would you expect it to get darker?
A little bit, I guess.
Especially over put across enough time.
Exactly,
20 years.
Yeah. I mean, I think it wouldn't be quite as dramatic as your traditional raw that's been sort of prepped and for storage
Right,
but
given the Hong Kong treatment.
Yeah, but it could still definitely, brew out be stored for quite a bit and change a fair amount as well. So,
yeah.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is more on the line of baking spices and oriental beauty and nutty creaminess for me than like crisp grassiness.
Totally agree. It has a really nice full mouthfeel, leaves a nice little sweetness in it. You brewed that last one for quite some time, didn't get any darker or anything like that. So.
Yeah, no, this tea is handling quite a bit of time, and I'll just want to hang out for even longer.
Yeah.
And with these white teas, they do die off a little bit. You know, one thing that might be another example of the age would be that they might give you another extra steep or two.
Mm-hmm.
These are going to die off a little bit more quickly. As a result, do brew, especially if you felt like that last steeping might have been a little weak. Hit it with some hotter water or a longer steep time. Make sure you can kind of like savor the sweet spot of this tea, because I think it's a little bit narrower of a band than something like a pu'er.
Mm-hmm. Mom test?
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to imagine someone not enjoying this one.
Yeah. Only the hipster moms would dislike it.
It's not dark enough and angsty enough for me.
Yeah. I want that dark, dank stuff that you brew, Danny.
Yeah. Well, so it's definitely gotten darker and oranger. I mean, not that it's like orange or red, but kind of golden now. So you can see some of the colors coming out. And yeah, it's just really tasty. Really sweet.
For me, I could see this tea being pretty appropriate in like the summertime, just like a nice sort of floral. It's not exactly like green tea. It's a little different, mixed up a little bit different than the greener oolongs as well.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
green tea strikes me as a little bit more energizing and sort of uplifting and motivating. This is more of like a summer's rain.
Wow.
I'll leave that with you guys.
Can you make that into a haiku for us?
No. You get my friend Ted.
575.
My friend Ted's haiku god. But yeah, White2Tea. Hey, guess what? They do white teas really well.
Yeah.
Check them out online, white2tea.com probably. Google them.
Yeah.
They're kind of always a go-to. Not as big of a selection, but everything that we've brought on the show from them has been pretty spectacular.
And quite a variety too. Ranging from different ages and stuff like that.
Yeah. And hey, this would also pass the backpacking test, I think, as well.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think a white tea like this, where definitely not a green tea or even maybe a really, really crisp JD Long might, if you use too many leaves, it could be bad, but something like this, they can just get a little bit more cozy and stronger.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like you could brew it just about any way you choose to as well. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're pushing this quite hard, but it still is not, it's not biting back.
Oh, it's just flavorful and delicious and tons of leaf in here. Feel free to experiment, everybody. You know, and if you guys want to learn more about tea experiments in general, so much tea content, the wizard himself has presented himself. So check us out on...
Yeah, you guys can call me Harry Potter.
Check us out on TeaDB.org. Shoot us an email if you want, tdborg@gmail.com, to get in touch and let us know about some teas that you want us to bring into the show, or get in touch about sending us something that you think we should try. Yeah. Other plugs, whatever, Instagram, do things.
Yeah, do whatever. Yeah.
This time, don't even tell your mom about this episode.
Yeah, don't even go to PayPal.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.